You're not imagining it. You're in it, right now. The sky isn't quiet, it's alive. And every shift you're feeling, it's not chaos, it's calibration. From May 11th through May 20th, we're entering a cosmic corridor packed with energy that isn't just rare. It's volatile, strategic, and intentional. This isn't just another week with a pretty moonrise or a feel-good horoscope. This is a convergence of real astronomical events. A full-flower micromoon, meteors from Halley's Comet lighting up the pre-dawn sky, the moon eclipsing the fiery heart of Antares, plus planetary alignments that can shake and awaken your inner world all at once. These aren't made-up concepts. These are documented celestial phenomena, backed by data, rooted in timing, and pulsing with purpose. If you've felt emotionally unstable, deeply nostalgic, easily triggered, strangely aware of your patterns, or like you're standing on the edge of something bigger than you can explain, you're not broken. You're sensitive to truth. You're picking up the signal that something's here. And the reason you were drawn to this video, it's not coincidence. It's alignment. The universe doesn't send invitations by accident. And this one, it's loud, it's laced with discomfort, pressure, and insight, but also with power, growth, and revelation. You're not being tested to break. You're being built into someone who doesn't flinch when life asks for more. And yes, for those on the twin flame path, this week turns the heat up. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. Because what's coming next in this video is not just a forecast, it's a map. One that reveals where the pressure is coming from, what it means, and how to ride it like someone who isn't afraid anymore. So hit that like button, subscribe if you feel this pulse, and stay with me, because what's about to unfold next could change everything. Chapter 1. May 12th. Full flower. Micromoon in Libra. Let's go deeper. Because what starts as a strange quiet on May 11th isn't peace, it's pressure building. That eerie silence, that's the breath before a cosmic exhale. And the very next day, May 12th, it hits. The flower full moon doesn't arrive gently. It erupts in the sky like a silent siren, calling everything out of alignment into the open. And no, it doesn't care if you're ready. This isn't just any full moon, it's a micromoon, and that matters. Because when the moon is farthest from Earth, its light doesn't dominate the sky, but its energy penetrates deeper. You don't see the impact, you feel it. It's the difference between a loud bang and a quiet stare that shakes you to your core. This moon whispers truths you can't unhear, shows you imbalances you've decorated with excuses, and doesn't let you look away. Now layer that with Libra. Libra doesn't just crave balance, it demands it. This air sign isn't passive. It wants equilibrium, but not at the cost of authenticity. That's why during this full moon, what you've been pretending is fine gets exposed. The unspoken tension in your closest connections, it tightens. The cracks in your own self-worth, they echo. And the questions you've been dodging about love, loyalty, and truth, they rise. You might find yourself thinking, why am I suddenly questioning everything? That's not you falling apart. That's you waking up. Because Libra's energy doesn't destroy, it restructures. It's the lawyer of the zodiac, cross-examining your soul, and this moon is the spotlight on the witness stand. You're being asked, what am I still holding on to that doesn't hold me back with love, but holds me hostage with fear? And yes, it's uncomfortable. But discomfort isn't danger, it's data. And the wisest ones don't run from it. They read it, they use it. That sudden anxiety, it's an emotional flare saying, look here. That sharp pang of doubt in a relationship, a goal, a version of yourself you've outgrown. That's the micro-moon pulling emotional gravity on your shadow, not to punish you, to purify you. And here's where it gets powerful. Because this moon doesn't hit alone, it's part of a larger energetic sequence that builds into something bigger over the next few days. That's why ignoring it isn't just skipping a moon ritual. It's like walking into a wave thinking it's a ripple. This is your checkpoint, your soul check-in, and if you lean in with awareness, you'll come out of this week lighter, clearer, sharper. If you don't, expect confusion, misalignment, and emotional static. Because what you don't face now will face you later. And let's not forget, this moon sits right at the beginning of a stretch filled with meteors, planetary clashes, and one of the most emotionally raw lunar alignments of the year. So don't tune this out. Don't spiritually snooze your way through it. Because what comes next? It accelerates everything. And yes, twin flame energy gets triggered hard. But before we talk about that, we need to cover the sparks in the sky that literally pierce the darkness and show you how ready you are to rise. Keep watching, because what's coming isn't just fast. It's on fire. Chapter 2. All week, Eta Aquariid meteor shower. And when this full moon rises, it doesn't rise alone. There's something else streaking through the skies this week. Something ancient, fast, and absolutely unmissable if you're paying attention. Because yes, you read that right. Halley's Comet debris is flying through our atmosphere right now. We're talking about the Eta Aquariid meteor shower, still active and building through May 21st. But these aren't just flashes of light for stargazers to wish on. These are celestial signals, encoded messages wrapped in fire, crashing into our atmosphere like divine punctuation marks. Let's break it down. The Eta Aquariids are the result of Earth passing through the dusty trail left behind by Halley's Comet. Think about that. We're literally intersecting with the ancient trail of a comet that last passed near Earth in 1986 and won't return again until 2061. So yes, what you're seeing in the sky this week isn't just pretty. It's historical, it's mythic, it's timed. You'll see them best just before dawn, when the sky is still dark, but the promise of light is near, fast, bright, fleeting, some burning so quick you almost miss them, others leaving glowing trails across the sky, up to 20 meteors per hour under the right conditions. But this isn't about counting stars. It's about catching the meaning in their motion. Because meteor showers have never just been about science. They've been seen for centuries as omens, activators, divine interruptions. Every meteor is like a cosmic spark, disrupting the dark, slicing through the unknown, and illuminating what we usually can't see. So ask yourself, what do I need to burn away quickly without looking back? What emotional or mental clutter needs to be vaporized on impact? What message is this shower firing straight into my consciousness? You don't have to figure it all out this week, but you do need to show up and notice. Because unlike slow lunar energy, meteors move fast. They don't wait. They don't ask permission. They appear, they ignite, and then they vanish. And spiritually, that's exactly what they teach us, to act on insight, not just sit with it, to respond to revelation, not bury it. This week, don't just look up, look inward. Watch the sky, but track your emotional flare-ups, your sudden instincts, your intuitive nudges, that flash of truth that hit you in the shower, that unexplainable urge to reach out or cut ties or pivot your path. That's your meteor. That's your moment. And if you think this energy is intense now, wait until the moon crosses paths with a star that ancient civilizations feared and revered. What happens next is not symbolic. It's soul-shifting. Stay with me. Chapter 3. May 14th, Lunar Occultation, moon blocks, Antares. And this full moon, it might look small in the sky, what we call a micromoon, but the energy it's stirring, anything but small. And just when you think it's starting to settle, something even more rare hits on May 14th. A celestial event so symbolic, so loaded, so energetically sharp that ancient stargazers used to fear it, revere it, and read it like scripture. On this night, the moon will occlude Antares, yes, literally pass in front of it and block its light. This is what we call a lunar occultation, not an eclipse. And while that may sound technical, the meaning behind it is anything but cold, because Antares isn't just any star. It's the fiery red supergiant at the heart of the Scorpius constellation, a star tied to ancient myths of war, power, intensity, and ego. It has a long reputation in astrology and mythology as a watcher of the West, a guardian, a test, a symbol of conflict and transformation. And when the moon, the emotional body, the soul, the inner compass, crosses in front of that battlefield star and temporarily silences it, that's not just space mechanics, that's an emotional intervention. This moment in the sky asks you to pause, to notice, to question. Where am I still fighting a war that no longer serves me? Whose armor am I wearing that was never mine? What version of myself do I keep defending, even though it's already outgrown? During this occultation, you may feel sudden waves of inner conflict, resurfaced memories, ego flares, old arguments playing on a loop in your head, even subconscious power struggles at work, in love, in family dynamics, coming to the surface in subtle but undeniable ways. But here's the beauty. The moon blocks Antares not to suppress it, but to give you perspective. Like hitting pause on a battlefield, like silencing the ego for just long enough to realize it's not who you are. It's who you've used to survive. This isn't an attack. It's a gift. Because when the fire dims, your awareness sharpens. Most people don't see moments like this for what they are. They react, they fight, they spiral. But you, if you're still watching, still feeling this, you're not most people. You've been called to walk differently through this energy. This lunar occultation is a one-night soul checkpoint. You get to decide, do I repeat the battle I know, or do I rise above it with clarity I've earned? Let yourself feel it. Let yourself stop. The anger that comes up, it's not random. It's a compass pointing to where the wound lives. The friction, it's a flare saying, this still needs healing. And once you see it, really see it, you get to choose transformation. That's the power of Antares. You either burn in it or forge something unbreakable from it. And just when you think it can't get more intense, the universe hands you something even deeper, because the moon is far from done. What happens next? It doesn't just challenge your patterns, it exposes your deepest truth. Keep watching, it's coming. Chapter 4. Twin Flame Energy Peaks. As we move further into the week, the sky stops feeling like a forecast and starts feeling personal. The pressure intensifies, emotions rise, and something unexplainable begins to stir, that old heat you thought you buried, the ache you've rationalized, the connection you still can't name without feeling like you're losing your mind. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the kind of fire you don't find in every love story. Because right now, with Venus still lingering in emotionally charged terrain and the full moon in Libra colliding with the shadow of Antares, twin flame energy is peaking, and it's not subtle. This might show up as a sudden longing for someone you thought you were done with. Vivid dreams of a person who hasn't touched your life in years, but somehow still feels soul deep. or just a foggy emotional confusion that makes no sense logically, but feels bigger than you, like you're being pulled, activated, unraveled. Here's why. Libra is the ruler of partnerships, and this full moon is lighting up the part of you that holds every karmic contract you've ever signed. Energetically, it's putting your relational history under a microscope. Not just your romance, but your patterns. Who you chase, who you sabotage, who triggers you, who heals you. And in that mirror, the twin flame dynamic gets loud. Now throw in Antares, the battlefield star we just talked about, and you've got a cosmic setup where shadow meets mirror, and when those two forces collide, the connection that was always more than a romance starts surfacing again. Not to torment you, to teach you. Whether you're in union, in separation, in limbo, or in the "what even is this" phase, this week isn't here to answer the mystery. It's here to test your clarity. This energy wants to know, do you understand the assignment yet? Are you chasing them or avoiding yourself? Are you stuck in the cycle or finally breaking the loop? Are you loving from fear or from truth? And the truth is, this energy won't let you numb it out. It keeps pulling at your heart because there's something inside that wants resolution, that wants wholeness, not just romance, reclamation. The part of you that got buried under timelines, trauma, ego, pride, fear, this is the part trying to come home now. And sometimes that's through a connection. Sometimes it's because of one. But remember, this isn't a trap. It's a torch, a soul signal, and only the brave walk toward that light without flinching, not because they want the other person back, but because they want themselves back, because they understand that the most sacred love story is the one that starts inside, and any flame that ignites that truth is a teacher. So don't panic if the dreams get intense, if the signs show up, if your heart aches for something that doesn't make sense. Just listen. Something deeper is speaking. And the next chapter of this energy, it gets quieter, but sharper, because the universe is about to bring your inner war into the open and ask you one thing: are you still fighting it, or are you finally ready to be free? Keep watching. Chapter 5. Planetary checkpoints you can't ignore. We've talked about the moon, we've talked about meteors, we've talked about the fire of Antares and the ache of twin flames. But the cosmic orchestra isn't done yet, not even close, because now the planets start chiming in. And these aren't background players, these are checkpoints, strategic, intentional moments where the universe pauses, redirects, and dares you to level up. You can't ignore them, and if you try, you'll feel it. On May 15th, the moon meets Saturn, the planet of structure, karma, and time. Think of this as an emotional reality check. Your feelings meet discipline. Your desires meet responsibility. You may feel restricted, frustrated, like nothing is moving. But that pressure? That's not punishment. That's Saturn asking, can you hold your emotional truth without fleeing it? This is a test of emotional maturity. Patience here is power. Then comes the big one, May 17th. The Sun aligns with Uranus, the planet of shock, change, and liberation. This is the universe flipping tables. Expect plot twists. Expect things that seem secure to suddenly shift. Don't resist it. Because what breaks here was never built on truth. This isn't chaos, it's clarity in disguise. A shake-up that breaks your chains. On May 18th, the moon brushes past Neptune, the mystic. Suddenly your dreams get louder, intuition surges, but so does confusion. This is not a decision-making day. This is a listening day. Meditate, write. Let the fog speak before you try to clear it. Finally, on May 20th, the moon ignites Mars, planet of drive, conflict, action. This is raw emotional fuel. Misused, it becomes anger. Aligned, it becomes courage. Use this fire wisely. This is warrior energy, not to fight others, but to break through what's been holding you back. Chapter 6, May 19th to 20th, Integration Mode. After everything, the full moon, the meteors, the occultation, the planetary twists, comes something you might not expect: silence. But don't be fooled, because from May 19th to 20th, this isn't stillness, it's integration. The energy peaked early, yes, but the real transformation, that comes now, when the noise fades and you're left with only what stayed standing. These final days of this cycle aren't just calm, they're sacred. You might feel tired, emotionally heavy. You might even feel blank, like your spirit hit a wall. That's not a setback. That's not failure. That's absorption. Your body, your soul, your nervous system, they're all processing the fire you just walked through. So if you're craving solitude, stillness, even silence, honor it. You're not fading, you're forming. The sky pauses now, so should you. This is your pause before the pivot. This is when integration starts to root. And the wisest souls don't rush past this, they lean into it. So instead of reacting to what you're feeling, take a breath. Reflect on it. Don't rush to fix it. Don't try to force clarity. Just witness it. What stayed? What shifted? What fell away, even if you didn't want it to? This isn't about having answers. It's about respecting the transformation that just unfolded. Write it down. Journal the truth, not the polished version, but the raw one. What cracked open this week? What did you see in yourself that can't be unseen? This is the wisdom window. And no, it's not loud, it's quiet. But its impact is deeper than anything else. Because this is when the soul starts stitching together the upgrades. Don't run from the stillness. Don't distract yourself from the quiet just because it feels unfamiliar. Let it hold you. This is integration, not stagnation. And in this space, new insights begin to crystallize. The truth settles. Your energy recalibrates. You've been moving through a cosmic storm. Now you're standing in the aftermath, and you're not the same person who entered it. So give yourself permission to pause. That doesn't mean disconnect. It means come back into alignment fully. Not because the world demands it, but because your next version requires it. And here's the thing no one tells you. The deepest shifts don't shout. They whisper. So listen close. In your fatigue, there's wisdom. In your stillness, there's direction. And in your willingness to stay with this moment, rather than escape it, there's power. Because while the sky softens now, it's only preparing you for what's next. And what's coming will ask not for your emotion, but your decision, your awareness, your ability to choose differently because you finally saw differently. So pause, breathe, integrate, because the final cosmic checkpoint is near. And it's quieter, yes, but it might just be the most important one of all. So as we come to the end of this powerful, energetic window, remember this wasn't random. Every emotion, every shift, every cosmic event was timed to help you shed what no longer serves and rise into something more aligned, more powerful, more you. The universe isn't trying to overwhelm you. It's awakening you. And if you've felt this truth in your bones, you're not alone. You're one of the ones meant to rise. If this message hit home, drop the number 77 in the comments to claim your shift. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Your transformation has just begun.